Hello from Who Died Today America, and welcome back to our channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars whom we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. This means a lot to us. Thank you. The minute you stop learning, you might as well be dead, Samantha Eggar once said in an interview, a reminder of the quiet, steady passion that defined her life and career. Samantha Eggar, whose radiant presence and refined artistry lit up screens for more than 50 years, died peacefully on October 15, 2025, at the age of 86. Her legacy stretches from the grandeur of Shakespearean theater to the nuanced intimacy of film and television. She captured international acclaim with her haunting portrayal of Miranda Gray in the 1965 psychological drama, The Collector, a role that earned her Cannes Best Actress Award, a Golden Globe, and an Oscar nomination. That performance revealed a deep, emotional range rare in Hollywood at the time, and it catapulted her into enduring stardom. Eggar brought elegance and sharp intelligence to every part she touched, from her role as Emma Fairfax in Dr. Dolittle to the psychologically complex Nola in David Cronenberg's The Brood. Her filmography was a testament to versatility, spanning romance, suspense, historical drama, and even horror. She found just as strong a foothold in television, with memorable appearances in Anna and the King, All My Children, Commander-in-Chief, and numerous TV films. Off-screen, Samantha was known for her reserved charm, strong work ethic, and unwavering support for fellow artists. Colleagues often described her as graceful but grounded, a star who never lost touch with the human stories behind each role. Later in life, she gave her voice to iconic characters like Hera in Disney's Hercules, connecting with a new generation through animation and video games. Her performances, no matter the format, carried a blend of strength and vulnerability that left a lasting impression. She was a devoted mother to Nicholas and Jenna, both of whom inherited her creative spirit. While she lived quietly in Sherman Oaks in her final years, her impact radiated across decades, genres, and borders. Upon hearing of her passing, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts paid tribute, stating, "Samantha Eggar's extraordinary range and presence on stage and screen will forever be remembered by those fortunate enough to witness her work. Her story is not one of fleeting fame, but of enduring impact." Samantha Eggar illuminated the screen with honesty and grace. Her voice may be still, but her legacy will echo through the art she so lovingly shaped. The lights dimmed, the curtain fell, and the world lost a star whose music once lit up countless lives. Paul Daniel, Ace Frehley, known around the globe as the original spaceman of Kiss, passed away on October 16, 2025 at age 74. From the smoky streets of the Bronx to the electrifying stadiums of the world, Ace's journey began with a self-taught love of guitar and a dream bigger than life. When he first donned silver makeup and platform boots in 1973, few could imagine the waves he'd send through rock and roll. But with every screaming solo and sparkling chord, he pushed the boundaries of what a guitarist could be. Ace's signature sound powered some of Kiss's most iconic albums, Destroyer, Love Gun, Rock and Roll Over, and songs like Shock Me and Cold Gin became anthems for an entire generation. His special effects guitars, smoking, sparking, and glowing, weren't just gimmicks. They were an extension of a vivid imagination that made each show a spectacle. Beyond the spaceman persona, Ace carved out a powerful solo career. His 1978 debut was a rare solo platinum success. His band, Frehley's Comet, thrilled fans in the 80s, and even into his 70s. Albums like 10,000 Volts proved his fire never faded. Few artists have charted across 5 decades the way he did, with grit, style, and sheer originality. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Kiss in 2014, Ace was widely recognized as one of rock's great innovators. His influence echoed in the riffs of artists who followed, many of whom credit him as the reason they picked up a guitar. Through struggles and comebacks, Ace remained grounded. Friends and fans described him as loyal, funny, and real. His offstage warmth was as unforgettable as his pyrotechnics on stage. Ace influenced and touched the hearts of millions of people, said Peter Criss. And from Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, an essential and irreplaceable rock soldier. Ace passed away in Morristown, New Jersey, following complications from a fall. His family has asked for privacy as they mourn his loss. Memorial plans are yet to be announced. Though he's left this world, his sound waves on, in headphones, car radios, and smoky clubs where young musicians still dream big. Ace Frehley didn't just play guitar. He made it speak from another planet, and now, somewhere among the stars, the spaceman plays on. No matter where Larry went, he led with conviction, faith, and care for others, a colleague once said. You couldn't help but want to follow him. Larry Williams, whose vibrant life touched the gridiron and the groves of academia alike, passed away on October 16, 2025, at the age of 62. His impact was immediate and enduring, spanning a remarkable journey as a two-time All-American football standout, an 8-year NFL veteran, and a respected leader in collegiate athletics. Born in Orange County, California, Larry found early prominence at Notre Dame. There, his grit and discipline earned him not just accolades, but a lifelong commitment to team and purpose. Drafted by the Cleveland Browns, he went on to compete in the NFL with 3 teams, starting dozens of games. Even while pushing himself on the field, he pursued a law degree, proof of the relentless intellect behind the pads. After football, Larry seamlessly stepped into a new role, first as a practicing attorney, then as an administrator with vision. He directed athletic programs at the University of Portland, Marquette, Akron, and most recently the University of San Francisco. At each institution, he rooted change in values. At Marquette, his leadership helped redefine a conference. At USF, his deep integration of faith, academics, and athletics became a guiding light for student athletes. He believed elite athletes could also be thoughtful, moral leaders. That belief wasn't just written in mission statements. It was lived in his mentorship, in quiet campus check-ins, and early morning moments of scripture and reflection. USF President Salvador A. Seves remembered him with compassion. Our prayers go out to Larry's family, his wife Laura, their children Kristen, Sean, Scott, Eric, and Louie, and all the student athletes and staff who were blessed to know him. Larry Williams leaves behind a family who adored him, professional communities shaped by him, and generations of athletes inspired by his example. His legacy will never be defined by stats or titles alone. It endures in integrity, in kindness, in the way he believed that sports could be a vessel for something much greater. And in that way, Larry's light continues to lead. Her voice seemed to sing straight from the soul, clear, radiant, and full of truth. The words of a fellow musician capture the essence of Roberta Alexander, whose artistry left audiences breathless for half a century. An American soprano of extraordinary grace and depth, Roberta Alexander transformed not just the way we listened to opera, but how we felt it. From her debut as Pamina in Mozart's The Magic Flute in the U.S., to her unforgettable portrayals at the Metropolitan Opera, Zerlina, Mimi, Janufa, and Bess, she gave life to characters with a sincerity that transcended the stage. Born in Virginia and raised in Ohio within a family rooted in musical legacy, she honed her gift through years of study and refinement, including at the Royal Conservatory in The Hague. Her voice went on to echo through Europe's grandest halls, from Vienna to Glyndebourne, celebrated for its lyrical purity and emotional honesty. Roberta collaborated with some of the greatest conductors of our time and lent her voice to recordings that remain vital and beloved. Offstage, she guided young singers with kindness and candor, offering not just knowledge, but belief in their potential. The Metropolitan Opera called her a standard for lyricism and humanity, and those who knew her speak of her not only as a performer, but as a friend, warm, wise, unwavering in her dedication to music and to people. Roberta Alexander's passing leaves a silence that cannot be filled. But in every note she sang and every artist she inspired, her spirit lives on. Music was her legacy, and through it, she will continue to move us forever. His music didn't just play, it healed, challenged, and moved souls, said longtime collaborator Raphael Saadiq. He gave us spirit in every note. D'Angelo, born Michael Eugene Archer, transformed the sound of an era. With songs that felt like whispered conversations and thunderous declarations all at once, he became the quiet storm at the heart of neo-soul. His voice, raw velvet with a preacher's fire, defined a generation. Emerging from Richmond, Virginia with the groundbreaking Brown Sugar, D'Angelo brought a warmth and intimacy to R&B that echoed Marvin Gaye and channeled Prince, yet remained entirely his own. Voodoo pushed further, daring in rhythm, groove, and vulnerability. And after a long silence, he returned with Black Messiah, a thunderclap of protest and poetry that stunned listeners and reminded the world of his enduring genius. 4 Grammy Awards cemented his place in music history, but stats never told the full story. With each collaboration, be it with Lauryn Hill, Q-Tip, Angie Stone, or Questlove, he honored tradition while shaping the future. Even through battles with illness and personal hardship, D'Angelo remained dedicated to what mattered most: authenticity. His artistry wasn't polished for perfection. It was honest. It laughed. It ached. It prayed. In his final months, he was still creating, still dreaming. He's working on 6 pieces right now, and he seems super excited, Saadiq shared, only months before his passing from pancreatic cancer. D'Angelo leaves behind 3 beloved children and a musical legacy that shimmers with soul. Amid the sorrow of his departure, fans find solace in the timeless groove that will never fade. The silence he leaves is profound, yet his voice, haunting, healing, divine, will echo on. It always amazed me how she could look straight into the camera and make everyone feel something, real and deep. These words from a former co-star hint at the quiet brilliance of Marilyn Knowlton, whose remarkable talent and spirit helped define an era of storytelling on screen. As one of the most recognizable child actresses during Hollywood's golden age, Marilyn graced films that became cultural touchstones. From her poignant portrayal of Jessie Pullman in Imitation of Life to young Cosette in Les Miserables, she brought a rare emotional depth that touched audiences and elevated every production she joined. Sharing roles with prominent actresses like Rochelle Hudson and standing alongside greats such as Katharine Hepburn and Claudette Colbert, Marilyn held her own with a grace and poise beyond her years. Beginning her film career at just 4, she appeared in 6 Academy Award-nominated Best Picture films over 13 prolific years, yet she remained an independent spirit, thriving as a freelancer in an era dominated by rigid studio contracts, an uncommon path for a child star. Behind the camera, Marilyn was thoughtful and grounded. She forged lasting friendships with castmates and spoke warmly about the temporary but meaningful mother-daughter bonds she formed on screen. Her charm was such that even Katharine Hepburn left her a personal autograph, laced with humor and affection. After she left Hollywood at 18, Marilyn never stopped creating. As a playwright and composer, she wove stories rooted in authentic emotion. Her autobiography, Little Girl in Big Pictures, gave fans a personal glimpse into the world of classic cinema through her eyes. With her passing at age 99, the world says goodbye to one of the last living connections to 1930s Hollywood, a time when films leaned into heart and integrity, much like Marilyn herself. She leaves behind a legacy that continues to inspire performers old and new. Marilyn Nolden's light, on screen and in life, was gentle, steadfast, and unforgettable. And though the credits roll, her presence lingers, forever enriching the story of American cinema. She was brave enough to be public at the very beginning of the witchcraft movement when others could not. These words, shared by fellow High Priest Ashley Mortimer, capture the essence of Patricia Crowther's extraordinary legacy. A trailblazer of modern Wicca, Patricia dedicated more than 6 decades to bringing light to a misunderstood spiritual path and gave it a voice when silence might have seemed safer. Born Patricia Dawson in Sheffield, England, she carried with her a lineage rich in folk magic and clairvoyance. Long before she stood as one of the foremost voices in pagan spirituality, Patricia graced the stage as a singer and actress, her life already steeped in performance and storytelling. Her encounter with Arnold Crowther in the 1950s would alter the course of both their lives. Together, they helped launch the Sheffield Coven and forged new pathways in a growing Gardnerian tradition. Patricia's initiation by Gerald Gardner in 1960 marked a profound turning point, not just for her, but for Wicca itself. At a time when secrecy was the norm, Patricia chose visibility. Through her many books, from The Witches Speak to Lid Off the Cauldron, and her bold presence on radio and television, Patricia educated the public, challenged stereotypes, and anchored Wicca firmly in the modern age. Her 1971 BBC series, A Spell of Witchcraft, reached countless listeners, sparking curiosity and breaking down fear with every broadcast. She was more than a teacher or author. She was a guide, a spiritual grandmother, a beacon for seekers drawn to a religion that reveres nature, ethics, and the unseen. Gentle yet unshakable, Patricia held fast to her beliefs in the face of social misunderstanding and helped form the moral and theological pillars of contemporary witchcraft. Those who had the privilege to study under her or share sacred space with her remember a woman of patience, humor, and a deep-rooted love for the craft. Her presence, both fierce and nurturing, became a touchstone for many who would go on to carry the flame she first lit. Patricia Crowther leaves behind not just books or teachings, but a living tradition that thrives across the world. Her memory will echo in rituals performed under moonlight, in the words spoken in circles, and in every Wiccan who dares to live out loud. May her spirit find peace in the realms she so often walked between, and may her name be woven eternally into the fabric of the craft. Her sharp wit and tongue, generosity and love, and her devotion to family and friends. These words, shared by those closest to Susan Kendall Newman, capture the spirit of a woman whose life was both creative and courageous. Susan Kendall Newman, who passed away on August 2, 2025 at 72, lived a life marked by artistry, activism, and compassion. The daughter of legendary actor Paul Newman and Jackie Witt, Susan shaped a remarkable journey of her own, one that transcended any single identity. Audiences first took notice when she lit up the stage in the 1975 Broadway play We Interrupt This Program. She then charmed filmgoers with her lead role in Robert Zemeckis' 1978 comedy I Wanna Hold Your Hand. In Slapshot and Robert Altman's A Wedding, she proved her natural screen presence alongside some of the era's biggest talents. But Susan's talent stretched well beyond performance. As a television producer, her work on The Shadow Box earned her a Golden Globe, a Humanitas Prize, and nominations for both the Peabody and Emmy Awards. Her storytelling resonated especially with younger audiences, garnering a Grammy nomination for Best Spoken Word Album for Children. After the heartbreaking loss of her brother, Scott, to a drug overdose, Susan redirected her talents toward saving lives. As executive director of the Scott Newman Foundation, she led national efforts in substance abuse education. She spoke with conviction before Congress and delivered talks across the country, fighting tirelessly for prevention and public health reform. Later, as president of the Entertainment Industry Foundation, she blended her love for the arts with her drive for compassion, supporting causes from conservation to juvenile justice. Her consulting work amplified the missions of countless nonprofits, always guided by purpose and empathy. To know Susan was to feel the strength of someone driven not by fame, but by meaning. She brought brilliance to her work, light to her advocacy, and fierce loyalty to those she loved. Her passing leaves a space that cannot be filled. Yet her spirit lives on, in every film frame, in every life changed through her outreach, and through her family who continue her values. Susan Kendall Newman gave her whole heart to every cause and role she embraced. That heart now rests, but its impact remains, etched in memory, in legacy, and in love. Even in this valley, we will praise him. These words, shared by the Putman family in the wake of heartbreak, capture the enduring faith of Bill Papa Putman, Barb Nene Putman, and Megan Putman, whose lives tragically ended on September 26, 2025, in a car accident in Tuscola County, Michigan. Known to many through the TLC series Meet the Putmans, they became symbols of unity, love, and unwavering commitment to family. Bill, the family patriarch, led with quiet strength and conviction. Barb, his wife of 45 years, was the nurturing heart behind their tightly connected clan. And Megan, the spirited wife of Blake Putman, brought warmth and joy to both her own children and the extended family that lived under one roof. More than television personalities, the Putmans lived by example, sharing not just a single home and bank account, but a way of life centered on deep-rooted values. Their story resonated far beyond Michigan, inspiring viewers with a vision of togetherness in a world too often divided. Deeply involved in their Caro church community, Bill, Barb, and Megan were known as people who quietly but consistently showed up to serve. Whether organizing local events or offering a helping hand to neighbors, their commitment to others left a lasting mark. In the days following their passing, tributes came in waves. Friends, fans, and strangers alike spoke of their kindness, the strength of their faith, and the light they brought into the world. One message echoed above the rest. The Putmans lived what they believed. At their joint funeral service, held in the small town they always called home, family and friends gathered not only to grieve but to honor voices that led with love. They leave behind a family still healing, but bound more tightly than ever by the legacy of three remarkable souls. While their absence is profound, their impact remains, woven into every story, memory, and Sunday dinner that embraces what it means to walk in faith and live as one. The Putmans may no longer be with us, but their example endures, a family once captured on screen, now etched in countless hearts. It wasn't just the voice, it was the warmth behind it. Longtime broadcaster John Keating once said of Ray Lane, "He was a broadcasting Iron Man." Ray Lane, legendary Detroit sportscaster, passed away on September 27, 2025, at the age of 95. For more than 6 decades, his voice graced the airwaves, guiding fans through some of the most iconic moments in Michigan sports history. Generations knew him as the confident, comforting narration behind the Detroit Tigers play-by-play, the steady presence alongside the Red Wings, and a trusted voice for countless college and pro broadcasts. Growing up in Detroit, Lane was more than a fan. He was an athlete himself, playing baseball at Michigan State before a stint in the minor leagues. His love for the game translated seamlessly into the booth. From 1967 to 1972, he teamed with Ernie Harwell to call Tigers games, including the unforgettable 1968 World Series run. His home run call, "Might be, could be, it's gone," became a rallying cry for a city of believers. Versatility was Ray's hallmark. He called games not just for the Tigers, but also covered the Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, and Big Ten sports. Whether national or local, pro or college, his smooth delivery and ease under pressure set him apart. His accolades reflect the respect he earned: multiple Michigan Sportscaster of the Year honors, spots in both the Michigan Sports and Michigan Broadcasting Halls of Fame, and lifetime awards from the Detroit Sports Broadcasters Association. But beyond all the trophies, what truly defined him was character, his mentorship, charitable efforts, and the deep relationships he formed with colleagues and fans alike. Ray Lane was preceded in death by his beloved wife Carolyn, with whom he shared 5 decades. He is survived by 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren, each carrying forward the values of kindness, commitment, and community he lived every day. The stadiums are quieter now, the booth is empty, but Ray Lane's voice echoes still, in memory, in legacy, and in every fan who learned to love the game through him. Thank you, Ray, for making every game feel like home. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it. Those words, spoken by longtime friend Sally Quinn, capture the essence of Lally Weymouth, a formidable force in journalism whose fearless pursuit of truth transformed how the world saw diplomacy. With a voice distinct from her iconic family's legacy, Lally carved her own path. As a confidant to global leaders and a relentless interviewer, she became the quiet diplomat behind the headlines. Over 5 decades, her work didn't just report international affairs, it helped shape them. Lally made history as the first American journalist to interview Saddam Hussein. She spoke with Muammar Gaddafi, Benazir Bhutto, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, and nearly every Israeli prime minister since 1981. Through it all, her questions were bold, her curiosity deep, and her presence commanding. Her interviews offered rare inside views into the minds of some of the world's most consequential figures. Beyond print, she was a cultural force in New York and Washington. Her annual July 4th celebrations were the stuff of legend, effortlessly blending intellect, elegance, and candor in conversation. Those lucky enough to know her remember a woman who worked tirelessly, laughed generously, and held true to the values that made her beloved in newsrooms and living rooms alike. As senior associate editor of The Washington Post, a contributor to Newsweek and the Los Angeles Times, and a recipient of the Antoine Choueiri Lifetime Achievement Honor, she elevated foreign reporting to an art. Her edited volume on Thomas Jefferson and her book America in 1876 further revealed her deep sense of history and narrative craft. Her daughters, Catherine and Pamela, inherit not just her name but the powerful truth she taught so many: that journalism done with heart and grit can illuminate, connect, and change the world. Lally Weymouth leaves behind a career as impactful as it was principled. She made the world smaller by drawing closer those in power and revealing them with clarity to the public. Her light in journalism will continue to guide those who dare to ask more. The sky's the limit. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. With God, you can do anything. That was how Joshua Allen lived, fearlessly, passionately, and with unshakable faith in his dreams. His sudden passing at 36 has left a silence the dance world cannot quickly fill. Joshua rose to national attention in 2008 when he became the first street dancer to win So You Think You Can Dance. Millions watched as he transformed each week, blending power with grace and bringing heart to every performance. Alongside fellow finalist and friend Stephen "Twitch" Boss, Joshua helped redefine what street dance could look like on a mainstream stage. After his win, Joshua's talent couldn't be boxed in. He lit up screens in Step Up 3D, Footloose, and even American Horror Story, proving his versatility and magnetic presence. But it was the way he constantly pushed himself, taking ballet and modern classes before his first audition, striving to grow. That left a lasting mark on everyone he met. Friends remember him as honest, humble, and one of the hardest workers in the room. His passion wasn't just for performance, it was for using dance to uplift, unite, and inspire. Whether you grew up dancing or just cheered from your couch, it was impossible not to be moved by him. Nigel Lithgow once said of Joshua, "He brought something raw but refined. He made the stage his home." That home has dimmed now, but the echoes of his rhythm remain. Joshua Allen is survived by his loved ones and the many artists he mentored and motivated. While his journey ended far too soon, his influence continues to ripple through every dancer who dares to believe that their story matters. He danced like he had wings, and now let us remember him soaring. She brought dignity and delight to every role she touched. That was how one colleague summed up Dame Patricia Routledge, whose extraordinary presence on stage and screen lit up British arts for over 70 years. From her portrayal of the unforgettable Hyacinth Bucket in Keeping Up appearances to her captivating performances in Shakespeare and Sondheim, Patricia blended comic timing with classical brilliance. Her voice, both commanding and melodic, left an indelible mark on musical theater and monologue alike. Audiences around the world adored her. Fellow actors admired her. She earned a Tony for Darling of the Day, an Olivier for Candide, and devoted herself to excellence in roles ranging from Victorian sleuth Hetty Wainthropp to the lonely but sharp Irene Ruddock in Alan Bennett's Talking Heads. Beyond the spotlight, Routledge was humble, eloquent, and deeply generous with her time. She championed the Beatrix Potter Society, helped raise funds for Chichester Cathedral, and lived quietly but richly in the heart of her local community. She never sought attention, but always deserved acclaim. Knighted as a dame in 2017, Routledge's honors match the weight of the joy she gave. Whether making us howl with laughter or holding our breath in awe, she revealed layers of life through each part she played. "I always hoped to do work that mattered," she once said. By any measure, she did more than that. She gave us characters we loved and truths we remembered. Though Dame Patricia Routledge has left this world, her voice echoes still, in the laughter of a sitcom rerun, the hush of a theater stage, and the hearts of those who found comfort in her art.
Let's take a moment to celebrate the remarkable journey of Michael J. Fox, the beloved actor now 64 years young, whose vibrant spirit and resilience have inspired so many of us. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at just 29, Michael faced this mysterious condition head-on, never wavering in courage or his trademark optimism. From unforgettable roles in Back to the Future and Family Ties to his Emmy-nominated documentary, Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, his story is one of both triumph and hope. But perhaps most impressive is his dedication off-screen, founding the Michael J. Fox Foundation in 2000, which is now the world's largest non-profit funder of Parkinson's research, investing billions to drive discoveries and better therapies for millions affected. Through advocacy, awareness, and heartfelt storytelling, Michael and his foundation have rallied families and researchers worldwide. He reminds us that living with challenges can spark the brightest change and offers hope for a cure in the future. As we honor Michael J. Fox's legacy, let's remember that kindness, determination, and a little humor can light the way for us all. Remember the face of Michael J. Fox, the beloved star of Family Ties and Back to the Future? Today, his story goes far beyond Hollywood, shining as a beacon of hope and resilience for millions. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at just 29, Michael has bravely faced this challenge for more than 3 decades, never shying away from the spotlight, but instead using it to empower others. Alongside his devoted wife, Tracy Pollan, he founded the Michael J. Fox Foundation in 2000, now the world's largest nonprofit funder of Parkinson's research, investing over $2 billion toward groundbreaking discoveries. Thanks to his advocacy, researchers have achieved major milestones, like pinpointing vital proteins that could help diagnose the condition much earlier. Michael's journey is a testament to courage, humor, and the power of giving back. As he continues to inspire new generations, We honor him not just for his iconic roles, but for showing us how to face life's challenges with grace and unwavering optimism. If you remember Michael J. Fox from his unforgettable roles on Family Ties and Back to the Future, you'll be glad to know he recently made a joyful appearance, surrounded by family and friends. Now 63, Fox joined his loved ones at a special event, showing his signature warmth and resilience that have inspired so many over the decades. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at just 29, Fox hasn't let the condition dampen his spirit or dedication. Instead, he's become a beacon of hope, leading groundbreaking efforts to fund research through his foundation and encouraging all of us to live with purpose and optimism. Michael J. Fox's legacy is more than just his Hollywood achievements. It's the way he continues to lift others up, reminding us that every day is worth celebrating with humor and heart. If you grew up watching Family Ties or the Back to the Future movies, you'll know Michael J. Fox as a beloved fixture in American entertainment and an enduring symbol of hope. At 64, after living with Parkinson's disease for more than 3 decades, Michael recently joined his family for a heartfelt celebration, looking back on an incredible journey marked by resilience and boundless optimism. Diagnosed at just 29, Michael didn't let Parkinson's slow his spirit. Instead, he's devoted his life to advocacy and research, founding the Michael J. Fox Foundation, now the world's largest nonprofit for Parkinson's research, with over $2.5 billion raised for cutting-edge treatments. Earlier this year, Michael was honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his tireless efforts, reminding everyone that true heroes use their challenges to lift others. Even as daily life presents its difficulties, Michael's humor and grace continue to inspire. His legacy is felt not only in the breakthrough discoveries his foundation funds, but also in the millions of families touched by his hope and dedication. As Michael gathers close with loved ones, he reminds us all of the power of perseverance and that living with purpose, no matter the obstacles, creates ripples of change for generations. So today, let's take a moment to appreciate Michael J. Fox, not just for the roles he played, but for the hope he's given so many. His story is a beacon of courage, and his impact will be remembered as a force for good in the world. If you grew up loving Back to the Future, you already know Michael J. Fox is a true Hollywood treasure, but his real-life journey has been just as inspiring. Now 64, Michael has spent more than 3 decades bravely facing Parkinson's disease, a diagnosis he received at just 29. Rather than stepping back, he used his story to shine a light on this mysterious condition, founding the Michael J. Fox Foundation in 2000. That foundation is now the world's leading private supporter of Parkinson's research, having poured over $2 billion into finding a cure and supporting patients. Michael's humor, resilience, and dedication have brought hope to millions of families. He's made it clear that Parkinson's may be his toughest fight, but it never defines him. Through advocacy, charity, and his ever-optimistic outlook, Michael J. Fox continues to show us that even in the face of life's hardest challenges, you can make an incredible difference. For fans and families everywhere, it's a legacy of hope and determination that is sure to be remembered for years to come. Michael J. Fox is sharing a truly remarkable story from his Hollywood heyday, and it's one that many fans might never have guessed. At just 24 years old, Fox was already a household name thanks to his lovable role as Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties. But in 1985, while America was enjoying his quick wit on TV, Fox was pulling off something extraordinary behind the scenes, juggling filming for both Family Ties and the now legendary Back to the Future, all at the same time. Fox recalls those days as some of the toughest in his career, working nearly 20-hour days, with barely 2 or 3 hours of sleep, rushing straight from the sitcom set to movie nights as time-traveling teen Marty McFly. The effort paid off big time, catapulting him into the hearts of audiences everywhere and helping turn Back to the Future into a cultural phenomenon. Despite the crushing schedule, Fox kept his sense of humor and humility, crediting those sleepless nights for teaching him resilience and deep gratitude for the extraordinary journey he's been on. Today, fans remember Michael J. Fox, not just for his iconic characters, but for his unwavering determination and positive spirit that left a lasting mark on Hollywood and continues to inspire generation after generation. If you ever wondered just how much heart and hard work it takes to make Hollywood history, Michael J. Fox has an incredible story to share. In the mid-1980s, Fox was just 23 years old when he took on a double challenge that would become the stuff of legend. By day, he filmed the beloved sitcom Family Ties, becoming America's favorite young conservative, Alex P. Keaton. As soon as the studio lights dimmed, he dashed over to shoot Back to the Future, where he rode a time-traveling DeLorean into cinematic history as the fun-loving Marty McFly. For nearly 4 months straight, Michael's days often stretched up to 20 hours, blending his two iconic roles with just a few precious hours of sleep in between. He later admitted that exhaustion sometimes left him momentarily forgetting which life, or decade, he was supposed to be living. Still, his remarkable dedication paid off. Back to the Future not only became the biggest box office hit of 1985, but continues to bring joy to generations 40 years later. It's a testament to Michael J. Fox's resilience and passion that he could pull off such an unforgettable run, inspiring fans with both his talent and his tireless spirit. Decades later, his work still reminds us all that behind every great story is someone willing to give it their all, and then some. Imagine working long days with barely any sleep, all to become a Hollywood legend. That's exactly what Michael J. Fox, now 64, did back in the 1980s while starring as Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties and as Marty McFly in the beloved Back to the Future. During the height of his fame, Michael was determined not to let either show down, so he filmed Family Ties by day at Paramount, then was whisked off at night to movie sets, filming until nearly sunrise. He kept up this grueling routine, sometimes working 20-hour days, for over 3 months straight. Sleep became a luxury, often stolen in the back of a van while racing between sets. Michael has shared that the exhaustion almost broke him, but his passion for storytelling and making memories for families everywhere kept him going. Today, as we look back, his commitment and energy continue to inspire, reminding us that with enough heart and hard work, we can achieve things beyond our wildest dreams. Imagine juggling 2 of Hollywood's biggest roles and barely sleeping through it all. That's exactly what beloved actor Michael J. Fox, now 64, did back in 1985 when he starred as Back to the Future's Marty McFly, and kept up his duties as Alex P. Keaton on the hit sitcom Family Ties. Fox recently opened up about the incredible time, sharing that his days sometimes stretched to a staggering 20 hours. He would wrap a full day on Family Ties, then head straight over to the Back to the Future set and film all night long, squeezing in just a couple hours of sleep before repeating the whole thing again. Despite the grind, Fox credits this whirlwind period with launching his legendary career and bringing joy to millions. It's a wonderful reminder of the dedication behind the entertainment that touches our lives. Today, Michael J. Fox remains an inspiration, not just for his talent, but for his enthusiasm and resilience. His unforgettable roles continue to unite generations, reminding us all of the magic that can happen when hard work meets heart. If you love stories that celebrate determination and unforgettable moments in entertainment, you won't want to miss this. Michael J. Fox, now 64, has just released a brand new memoir, Future Boy, Back to the Future and My Journey Through the Space-Time Continuum. In his latest book, Michael looks back at those whirlwind days in 1985 when he was juggling not just 1, but 2 legendary roles, playing young Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties during the day and transforming into Marty McFly by night for Back to the Future. Michael's co-author and longtime friend, Nell Fortenberry, shares that writing this memoir was a joyful dive into behind-the-scenes stories, old interviews, and even original call sheets from the set. Fox chose to keep this book focused on the pure excitement and creativity of that spectacular moment in his life, reminding us all how much energy and heart he brought to each role. Through laughter, long nights, and relentless work, Michael's optimism and tenacity shine on every page, a fitting tribute as Back to the Future marks its 40th anniversary this year. Audiences, old and new, will find inspiration in the way Michael J. Fox embodies kindness, humility, and unstoppable spirit. His legacy as a true star, on screen and in life, is something we'll continue to admire for years to come. Here's something to put a smile on your face. Michael J. Fox, now 64, is celebrating both nostalgia and inspiration by releasing his newest memoir, Future Boy, Back to the Future and My Journey Through the Space-Time Continuum. Nearly 40 years after starring as Marty McFly by night and Alex P. Keaton by day, Fox invites readers inside that unforgettable high-energy chapter, sharing stories never told before. His longtime collaborator, Nell Fortenberry, co-authored the book, drawing from decades working side by side and their shared sense of humor and humble beginnings. Together, they reveal how Fox managed to conquer double-duty demands, filming Family Ties in daylight, only to dash off in the evening to play the now iconic Marty McFly. You'll find charming details like hilarious moments of Fox literally falling asleep standing up on set, and how he built Marty's cool persona on the fly with no time to rehearse. Fox was determined to make this memoir a joyful look back, focusing on his optimism, tenacity, and creative spirit, leaving the tougher chapters for another time. His story reminds us that with laughter, heart, and a dash of adrenaline, extraordinary things can happen. Michael J. Fox's legacy as an entertainer and as an endlessly positive spirit will continue to inspire and uplift generations to come. Imagine the determination it takes to balance two of America's favorite characters, especially when both are played by one extraordinary man. In his upcoming memoir, Future Boy, Back to the Future and My Journey Through the Space-Time Continuum, beloved actor Michael J. Fox shares how, at just 23 years old, he managed to film the hit TV sitcom Family Ties by day, then zap over to movie sets at night to become Marty McFly in the now classic Back to the Future. Fox's nightly commutes between Hollywood sets became his own time travel, making cinematic and television history without missing a beat. He reflects warmly on what it was like juggling these roles, sharing behind-the-scenes stories and the creative joy that kept him going. In this heartfelt book, Fox's admiration for his hard-working crew and his fellow cast members shines through, as does his infectious passion for acting. Michael J. Fox's journey is a wonderful reminder that genuine dedication and a little humor can shape pop culture legends. His story is one that will inspire generations, reminding us all how time spent chasing our dreams can truly be the ride of a lifetime. What a treat for fans everywhere. Michael J. Fox, now 64, has just released his newest memoir, Future Boy, offering a whirlwind look back at an unforgettable time in his career. In the spring of 1985, Michael balanced two iconic roles, playing Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties by day and transforming into Marty McFly for Back to the Future by night. Imagine tackling 20-hour workdays, making movie magic under the bright lights, then racing between studio sets, all with barely a moment to just be himself. Fox's remarkable work ethic, infectious optimism, and warm sense of humor shine throughout the book, as he and co-author Nell Fortenberry dig into never-heard-before stories and nostalgic behind-the-scenes moments. There's even a photo of Michael catching quick naps while standing on set, proof that when passion meets perseverance, anything is possible. Future Boy isn't just a Hollywood memoir. It's an upbeat celebration of what can happen when you dive headfirst into life's biggest opportunities. Whether you grew up watching Family Ties or were swept away by the Back to the Future adventure, Michael J. Fox's extraordinary journey continues to inspire. And with every story shared, this beloved star reminds us that joy, dedication, and kindness are the legacies that truly stand the test of time. Remember those classic evenings gathered around the TV, or that unforgettable movie magic of the 1980s? Well, Michael J. Fox, now 64, is taking us all on a nostalgic journey with his new memoir, Future Boy. Released just as Back to the Future celebrates its 40th anniversary, this book brings to life the remarkable story of how Fox balanced two iconic roles, playing quick-witted Alex P. Keaton in Family Ties by day and the adventurous Marty McFly in Back to the Future by night. With warmth and wit, Fox reveals what it was really like during those 3 frenetic months in 1985, working 20-hour days, commuting between Paramount and Universal Studios, and trying to snatch a few minutes of sleep in between. Behind the scenes, dedicated drivers and caring colleagues looked out for him, making sure he made it from one dream job to the next. Fox's work ethic and resilience shine through, showing how he delivered 100% on both sets, even when the hours were long and the pressure intense. Co-authored by longtime friend Nell Fortenberry, Future Boy offers fresh stories from cast and crew, plus a delightful look at moments that shaped entertainment history. For fans of classic movies, sitcoms, or just inspiring tales of perseverance, this book is a true celebration of creativity, joy, and the spirit that made Michael J. Fox a household name. As we turn these pages or simply remember those great scenes, we're reminded that the magic Fox brought to our screens and hearts endures. Through his story, we see how grit, humor, and kindness can light up any era, and how great memories, just like great movies, always find a way to stay with us. Have you ever wondered what it's like to make history twice in a single year? Michael J. Fox did just that back in 1985, starring as Alex P. Keaton in Family Ties by day and transforming into Marty McFly in Back to the Future by night. Now, at 64, this beloved actor, philanthropist, and best-selling author is inviting fans to relive those unforgettable moments in his new memoir, Future Boy, Back to the Future and My Journey Through the Space-Time Continuum. Teaming up with longtime collaborator Nell Fortenberry, Michael shares stories packed with warmth, humor, and reflection as Back to the Future celebrates its 40th anniversary. From his iconic television and movie roles to founding the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which has raised billions for Parkinson's research, his journey reminds us of the power of resilience and optimism. Whether you grew up cheering for Alex or rooting for Marty, Michael's legacy goes far beyond the screen. As we revisit his time-traveling adventures and advocacy, it's clear he'll always inspire generations, one heartfelt story at a time. If you're a fan of classic movies and TV, here's a real treat. Michael J. Fox, now 64, has just released a new memoir called Future Boy, Back to the Future and My Journey Through the Space-Time Continuum. In it, Fox and co-author Nell Fortenberry take us back to 1985, sharing stories of the whirlwind months when he starred as Alex P. Keaton in Family Ties by day and filmed Back to the Future as the unforgettable Marty McFly by night. Michael opens up about the wild schedule. There were times he barely slept, sometimes even nodding off standing up on set. But what shines through is his trademark optimism, humor, and the sheer joy he found in those high-energy days, all well before his public battle with Parkinson's began. Readers can expect plenty of behind-the-scenes moments never told before, from meeting the crew to stepping into Marty's sneakers with just a day's notice. Through it all, Michael J. Fox reminds us why he's been such a beloved figure for generations, not just for his incredible talent, but for his kindness, humility, and inspiring spirit. Future Boy is more than a nostalgic look back. It's a celebration of creativity and perseverance. No matter how much time passes, Michael's story keeps bringing people together, showing us what it means to embrace every adventure with heart. Imagine juggling two star-making roles at once, by day, beloved on Family Ties, and by night, transforming into Marty McFly for Back to the Future. That's exactly what Michael J. Fox did back in 1985, and now he's sharing all the behind-the-scenes magic in his brand-new memoir, Future Boy. Released just as Back to the Future celebrates its 40th anniversary, Michael's fifth book isn't just about his whirlwind Hollywood days, but about the joy, the nerves, and the genuine friendships that shaped him during an unforgettable moment in entertainment history. Fox worked closely with longtime collaborator Nell Fortenberry to bring fans new stories, like the time he started filming Marty with barely any rehearsal, or those moments of exhaustion where he'd literally fall asleep on set, only to wake up and bring Marty to life. But at its heart, Future Boy offers a reminder of Michael's optimism and humor, qualities that have inspired generations. As folks reminisce about the incredible legacy of Back to the Future and Michael J. Fox's one-of-a-kind career, this new book gives us a chance to celebrate the enduring energy, creative spirit, and heartwarming kindness he brought to every scene. For older fans and new readers alike, it's a wonderful way to honor a true cultural icon and remember how a dash of courage and a lot of hard work can make history.